Chapter 3, Lesson 6, Multiplying Matrices. So last time we added, subtracted, we had some scalars in there. Well, we can multiply these matrices as well. So let's take a look at how we can do that. So remember, each matrix is given as two numbers. It has rows or columns and rows. Okay. Now, when we multiply matrices, okay, here's the thing. The columns have to equal the rows. So when I look at this, so looking here at this chart, okay, so we have matrix A times matrix B. Can I multiply these two together? Again, the columns in the first have to match the rows of the second. So those numbers, when I put them side by side, if these two numbers inside or next to each other are the same, I can multiply. The resulting matrix then is a 2 by 4. So you can see 2 by 4 matrix there. So taking a look here, 3 by 2, a 3 by 2, and a 3 by 3. Well, these are not the same, so I cannot multiply them. In the next one, we have a 4 by 3 times a 3 by 3. These are equal, so we're good. So my resulting is a 4 by 3. 4 by 3 matrix is my final matrix size. And then the last one, so we have 5 by 4 and 5 by 4. These are not equal here in the middle, so cannot multiply these matrices. So that's the first thing when we're taking a look at multiplying these matrices. And you'll see why here in a little bit when we take a look at how do we multiply these together. Columns of the first have to equal rows of the second. So determine whether each matrix is a possible product. So if I take a look here, 3 times 2, 2 times 3, again I'm looking at these two. Are they the same? Yep. What's my resulting matrix? 3 by 3 product. 4 by 2, 4 by 3, are these the same? Nope, not possible. Cannot multiply together. And if I have a 2 by 3A matrix and a 3 by 3 matrix, again I'm looking at these two in the middle, 3 and 3, they're the same, so my resulting is a 2 by 3 matrix for my solution. Alright, so now we've determined can I multiply matrices or not. Well, let's take a look. How do we actually multiply them? So, take a look here, you can see the little chart, okay, multiplying matrices. What happens is I take the first row and multiply it with the first column to go in that first spot. Then I take the first row and multiply it with the first row, second column for the second spot. So I multiply, add them together. And then for the bottom, again I take the bottom row now, first column, multiply, add them together. And then same thing, bottom row, far column, multiply, add them together. Okay, so let's do this by hand. Okay, so let's take a look here. So we have A times B. We're going to find A times B here. So I have 6, -3, -10, and -2. I'm multiplying it by -5, -4, 3, and 3. So we're taking first row times my first column. So 6 times -5, -30, -3 times -3 times 3, -9. And then take a look at my second column. So 6 times -4 is -24. -3 times 3 is -9. Now I'm going to take a look and do my bottom. So my bottom row, again I'm looking at this first column, so -10 times 5 is +50. -2 times 3 is -6. And then I'm going to take a look at my bottom row and my right column. So negative 10 times 4, negative 4 is a positive 40. And negative 2 times 3 is a negative 6. That should be a minus 6. And now I can just simplify my values here. Okay. So again, if we take a look here, I have 2 by 2 and a 2 by 2. So we can't multiply, which we already did. And my resulting matrix is a 2 by 2. So I should have 4 numbers here, and I'm going to get that. So negative 9 minus, or negative 30 minus 9, negative 39, negative 24 minus 9, negative 33, 50 minus 6, 44, and 40 minus 6, 34. So when I multiply A times B together, you can see here's my resulting matrix. Now, we're going to take a look here. We're going to multiply these together with a calculator. Okay? So, how can I multiply these together with a calculator? And on here you can already see I already multiplied these together. So these are the resulting matrices when I multiply AB, BC, and AC. Let's take a look. How can I do that? Okay? So we're going to open up Desmos matrices calculator. So you're just typing in Desmos matrix calculator and you'll search for it. So it pulls it up here and we click on it and it gives us our calculator. Now, let's pull this back up. So we're first going to multiply A times B. So you're going to hit new matrix. It's going to label it A. Now, sometimes your labels may not match what the worksheet or what the quiz or whatever it's going to be. Now, you can set up, you can type in your own letter if you want to. And I'm just typing in this matrix as you see it. 2, 4, negative 5, and 2. So 2, 4, negative 5, and negative 2. And there's my matrix. And I'm just going to hit the enter button, and it types it and puts matrix A in there for me. Okay? There's matrix A. And now I'm going to add a new matrix, and it will call it matrix B. And I'm going to type those in. So I'm going to have 3, 2, negative 1, and 3. Again, I'm going to hit enter for, it's going to put in matrix B for me. And then I'm going to actually type in, I'm going to do one more matrix. I'm going to put them all in at one time. I'm going to have matrix C here. So I have negative 4, negative 1, 3, and 0. So you can see down below here, you can edit the number of rows or columns that I have. So I can add rows or take them away. I can add columns, take them away. In this case, we had a 2 by 2, so 2 rows, 2 columns. I'm going to hit enter. So now all 3 of those matrices are in my calculator. And now, when I do my calculations, I'm just taking matrix A times matrix B. And it does this multiplication for me. I don't really have to do anything different. And you can see 2, 16, move this over, pull this back up. 2, 16, negative 13, and negative 16. There's my answer. There's AB. Now, what if I want to do BC? Well, BC, enter, there it is. Negative 6, negative 3, 13, and 1. You can see it matches. And then the last one is AC. So AC, really it takes a little bit of time to type them in. Once I get them in, I can just fly through these. 4, negative 2, 14, and 5. 4, negative 2, 14, and 5. So the calculator really is helpful. Again, you don't really want to have to do all that multiplying, adding, multiplying, adding, multiplying, adding, multiplying, adding. So that, that saved me 12 times of multiplying and adding here. I can click it, just type them in, just click, 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 and I get my answers. So, be able to use the calculator to help us calculate these, and again, you can use that, you'll be able to use that on the quizzes and on the homeworks and things like that. got one more example here on the next page, on the bottom. Example 4 says the table shows the number of people registered for aerobics for the first quarter. Quinn's gym charges the following registration fees. Class by class is $165, 11 class pass is $110, and unlimited is $239. So, first thing is I want to calculate a price. How much is it going to be? So, I have to think about this a little bit. My price, I only have 3 prices, right? So I have 3 prices, 165, 110, and 239. Now, to find the price for each, I need to multiply them. So to do this, again, remember, so when we multiply, so we're going to take a 1 by 3, that's my price, that's my money, 1 by 3 matrix, and my other, I'm just turning this right here into a matrix. So I have 3 by 2. So again, so now when I multiply, I can take a look. I can multiply it because my numbers in the middle are the same. What's my resulting matrix is going to then be a 1 by 2 resulting matrix. So let's put this into our matrices. So my first matrix is going to be my prices. So class by class, 165. 11 class pass is 111. And my third one, unlimited, is 239. And then again, I'm just keeping this and bringing it right over. So 35, going straight down, 32, and 18, 28, 17, and 12. Okay. So again, now I'm going to take, again, this first number gets multiplied with the top, right? Second number gets multiplied here in the middle, and the last number gets multiplied down below, and that matches up. So you can see, here's my class by class, 11 class, unlimited. And they're going to multiply in that column straight down. Okay? So I can plug this into my calculator, which I already did here. So you can see I plugged this into my calculator here. I got 165, 110, 239. I have my second matrix C over here. When I multiply together, I get a matrix C here, 13,597 and 9,358 for aerobics and step aerobics. Now, that doesn't necessarily give me the exact answer, what they're asking for. So it says find the total amount of money your gym received for aerobics and step aerobics registration. So there's that. What's the total for both? If I combine them then, all I have to do then is add those together. So I had a grand total of $22,955. So told me the price for each one. If I want the grand total for all types of aerobics, add them together, it gets $22,955. And there's my answer. So that is your multiplying matrices